Hello everyone, my name is Teo, and welcome to this video. I'm sure the title says something along the lines of what this is gonna be about, so I'm just gonna say it. I almost died like a week ago, or whatever, driving in on a highway in Pennsylvania, and you know, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary to say. I got in a car accident. It almost killed me. Honestly, some may say it should have killed me, just by the way it happened. So I'll lay down the story real quick. Basically, it's me and my brother's fiance. We're driving back to his house in New Jersey from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're flying down the highway, whatever. And a deer jumps over the median, runs straight at the car, but we swerve out of the way. And then we swerve up this hill, and we literally start tumbling. The car starts tumbling, and it lands on the driver's side sideways. Well, it hit a tree, and then it was stopped on the driver's side sideways. Maybe I'll put a picture. But so I'm sitting there suspended in this padded cell of airbags with the whatever the dust is that comes off the airbags. I'm sitting there suspended by the seatbelt because I was in the back right passenger. I guess that was redundant. Back right is the passenger side. And I'm sitting there, and I drop, and I am beaten and bruised. We're all beaten and bruised. We get out of there. Thankfully, no one's paralyzed, no one's disfigured, no one's dead. But we're all pretty beaten up. And then for the next week or so, I was pretty much bedridden. I didn't go out much. I had to cancel plans with people, and I was pissed. I was like, for the first couple days, I was pissed. I was like, how? Of course I get of course I get beaten up like this. It sucks that I can't hang out with my friends. It sucks that I can't go get food or something. Whatever I was pissed about, And then I also got a cold, which I don't know. You can probably tell. I'm not actually this nasally sounding, or maybe I am. Maybe I sound perfectly fine. But the longer I laid there, pissed off that I felt like my life was put on a halt, it got me thinking, I could be dead right now, so I shouldn't really be complaining. I could be paralyzed for the rest of my life. Shouldn't really be complaining. Yeah, do I have bruised ribs? Yeah. Does it hurt to breathe in still? Yes, it does. But, I'm alive, and, that's something to be very appreciative of it, especially considering I should have died in that accident. Furthermore, one of my mom's coworkers' sons or something, 19 years old, driving on the highway in Pennsylvania, gets in a car accident and dies like a couple days after me. And that really shakes everything up and puts it in perspective. Like, damn, that kid's life is gone. That could have been me, and that's it. That's all she would have wrote, on my life. And I don't like thinking about that. Am I afraid of death? Not really, to be honest. I think I'll be okay. I think once I die, I'm not really gonna care much. But I don't fear death in the sense of life ending, because it's gonna end. I think everyone should accept that at one point in time. But what hit me was life was gonna end for me, potentially, in that accident, and I felt like I didn't have a lot of the stuff I wanted to do done. And one of those things includes making YouTube videos, because I did, I have a main channel as well, and I make videos, and they're fun and they're great, but then I let other things pass by, and I'm like, oh, I'll always have time for YouTube, and I always have to, which in a sense, good way of thinking. Like, YouTube is not like my job, it's not demanding, it's not all this. I would technically have time for it in the future, but knowing put in perspective, my life could be taken away from me so quickly, maybe I won't have time to do the stuff I want to do in the future. Does that mean I'm on a live now and fuck everything else? Like, no, I still have a very stable mindset of setting myself up for a safe future, a stable future. I'm in my last semester of college. I'm planning on working during this semester. I'm trying to build wealth, build rapport, and hopefully move up the ladder in whatever company, business I find myself in. And, I'm still living that way. I'm not blowing all my money. I'm not, you know, not taking care of my body. It sucks that I have to take Tylenol multiple times a day just to feel better. Uh, and, I'm not gonna, pretend like there's not time in the future for me. But what I am gonna try to do, and maybe this is the only one I post, and that's fucking embarrassing, but I'm gonna try to make YouTube part of routine, because it is the thing that's fun for me. Every time I've made a video, the editing, although I'm not great at it, the editing's always fun, the recording's always fun, and seeing people's responses is always fun, and I think part of me misses that, but knew it wasn't an immediate need to attend to at the time, because like I said, it's not like it was raking in money or anything, or fulfilling some kind of goal outside of my own personal satisfaction. And maybe I should be fulfilling my own personal satisfaction. So this is probably ramble a little too much on it at this point, but long story short, this is a series where I'm just gonna do commentary on life, on whatever's pissing me off, whatever I'm jazzed about, and maybe some deeper stuff. Not that I'm a well-versed person in too much, but I've gotten around, I like to think. So if you're with me on that, subscribe, like, whatever, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace.